Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. And in this video I am doing another exploring Battlefront 2 video. We are going to be exploring KAMINO and finding all kinds of crazy stuff hidden within this huge map. Remember to vote. In the top right hand corner there'll be a little icon that you can click and vote for the next map I am going to be doing in the next exploring video. But now let's take a look at KAMINO in depth. So each of the sections of this base, each of the sections of this cloning facility are absolutely huge. Some of them are completely hollow, but a lot of the map is inside one or two of them. And it's probably one of the most detailed maps, I think. Although it's quite clean and minimal in terms of its aesthetics, it just looks incredible. They've really gone to the lengths to recreate what we saw in Attack of the Clones with this map. And to be honest, there wasn't loads of stuff to find that we've not already seen. A lot of the stuff was on the outside. As you can see, there's not tons of stuff inside objects. This is going to be quite a recurring theme throughout this video. It's quite interesting to see what's inside from that perspective, but not to find anything. And I think one of the most interesting parts of this map is where the medical bays are. So there's a lot of injured clone troopers lying down, and there's a lot of cloners looking after them. But I also spotted this spawn point where a bunch of clone troopers will spawn. So where you can actually walk on top of some glass in the main segment of the map, there is a part where they'll be all running around and they spawn all together, and they look pretty funny in that way. And I just think this part of the map is very detailed. You know, we've got these cloners, they've got their own animations, they're looking around, they're trying to help out these clone troopers that are injured, and they're just doing their thing. Although you sort of not think about it when you're in the battle because it's so fast paced, when you take a moment just to look how detailed this section of the map is, you really appreciate how much work went into this. So as you can see, most of the map is in quite a small vicinity. The entire map spans way out from where you can actually play in this game. There's also some flying animals. I can't remember the exact name for these, but I'm sure someone can leave a comment below with them. But they're actually more detailed than I expected, to be honest. They look pretty awesome, and they fly around KAMINO. Now let's take a look at what actually holds up this cloning facility. So if we head all the way down to the water, it actually extends past the water, and then it just ends. I've gone on forever, there's nothing down there. It's the end of the world, basically. So that's why we switch all the way back up, go all the way back up, and we will return to the surface. And, you know, the water looks beautiful when you're above it, but not so much when you're below it. Looking in the main part of the facility, the huge part that you can't actually play in, there is a pad that is from the exterior of the facility that you can play on. For some reason this was left over. It's probably a mistake, and I'd assume it's going to be removed in a future update if DICE know about it, but that should not be there. I just thought it was pretty cool to show it just shouldn't be there, and it's in the middle of one of the buildings, and it really shouldn't be. Moving on through a bunch of the other buildings that are further out the map boundaries, there is nothing in them whatsoever. They're completely empty. However, this part of the map where you can't really play in it, it's just a few corridors, but this is where the cloning actually begins. There's a few things to look at. So it looks wonderful. It looks like it's straight out of the film. I just feel like it's missing something. And there's nothing in the jars of the clones either, where the clones are being created, so I was kind of disappointed with that. Now I wanted to go through the corridors and go past the map boundary because you can go further, it's just that none of the maps allow you to go further than a certain point. So I thought, well, let's go all the way to the end and see where it takes us. And we actually get to this room here and there's nothing in here, it's just above another section of the map that we can play in. And if we keep on going, we actually get a dead end. It's really cool, but it just keeps on going. And like I said, there is a dead end. I'm just surprised that this is part of a map. Like, you can't see it when you're in the game. So yeah, this dead end just is an exit, and weirdly it's got some sort of cutout where potentially an extension was going to be, but it's not. It's completely cut out, and it's blocked off by the rest of the building.
Let us stay with your squad.
Now let's look at the Venators, and they're just like the other models I've showcased in the other maps. There's nothing to them, they're identical. Same goes for the CIS class cruiser. They're pretty basic, and to be honest, there's less detail inside than the Venators, and there's nothing to see here really. I checked them both out, and there is literally nothing to behold. They're beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, there's nothing in there, and there's a good reason for that. Performance. They want to get the most out of the game, and that's why at times they have to make compromises. I mean, you can't go into it at all, so why would there be? Let's head on over to the other cloning facility that is nowhere near the actual map itself. And again, there is nothing in there, there's nothing to look at. It's basically the same as the one that we can play near. Now, I just want to make this point clear. The sphere that you can see on screen right now, and you will have seen a few times throughout this video, is only present when I play the game, I unpause it, and the rain happens. When you move out the way, it's like a sphere is created to create the rain or the effect on the camera of your display. It's pretty cool, and it only happens when you freeze the time. You can see it when you move the camera away. Now, we're at the edge of the sea right now, and there is nothing in the entire map. I thought maybe there could be a little bit of an Easter egg, but no, there is not. The LA-ATs are identical to what we've seen in other maps like Kashyyyk. There's nothing different there. And to be honest, this part of the map where we can actually play on is pretty boring. There is literally nothing to go inside or have a look at. It's pretty basic objects, and it's what you expect. Nothing, but it's just cool to look at up close, because sometimes when you're playing in a huge galactic assault battle, you just don't care about what is around you at times. So that is all for the exploration of KAMINO. I'd be really interested to see what map you would like to see in my next exploring video, and comment below what you thought was awesome to find in this video. Was it the clone troopers that spawned all together? Was it the pad that was inside a cloning facility and it shouldn't have been there? What else did you like? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate you guys letting me know. And that is all for this video. Thanks for watching again, and if you missed any of the 2 previous videos on screen, go check them out, including that Starkiller base video, because I know it's been out quite some time, but a lot of you did miss it. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching again, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.